Welcome to my video on the top 10 A2 legal motorcycles. If you haven't already seen part 1, go and check it out. It goes through the first 5 bikes of the list, and like in the other video, we're going to be looking at the performance, ride quality and comfort, looks and style, reliability, insurance cost and overall cost to determine a rating for each particular bike. And also please note that the markets we're looking at are based on the UK, but the bikes can be found all over the world. Now all the music in this video is from No Copyright Sound, so go and check out their YouTube channel. So kicking off the list, we have a Japanese manufacturer at number 5, the Yamaha R3. Now with this bike, you're getting a reliable and capable 8-valve parallel 41 horsepower engine, which will give you a top speed of around 110 to 115 mile an hour. And because its power doesn't exceed 45 horsepower, you don't need to put a restrictor in it if you're in the UK, which will save you a little bit of money and you'll get the full potential of the bike. Since the R3 is still relatively a new bike, the price is still quite expensive even on the second-hand market, where you can expect to pay between £3,000 and £3,500. Luckily, insurance comes in at about £380, which is pretty good for me. Another plus is that since it's quite a small cc engine, you'll only be paying around £40 for tax for the whole year. Yamaha are pretty well known for being quite a reliable manufacturer, so any reliability issues shouldn't be a concern on this bike. Another thing they can do is make a good looking motorcycle, and they certainly do with this one. You'll definitely be turning heads on one of these, as it is really stylish and does look the part, even though it only has a 300cc engine. But the benefit of that is it's super light and really capable around corners. The only downside is in the future you might be looking for a bit extra power, and the price is a bit steep for what you're getting. So that's where the next bikes come into play. Number 4 on the list is a South Korean manufacturer, Hyosung, with their GT650 range. You'll be getting an 8-valve V-twin 79 brake horsepower engine, which is heavily based on the Sv650 engine from Suzuki. The only downside is it's not fuel injected, so you might need to clean the carb every now and then for optimal performance, and because of the high horsepower you'd need to get restricted fitted. Now for price, you'd expect to pay around £2,000 to £3,000 for a second-hand model, and usually they have relatively low miles on them. And to be honest, you could probably get them even cheaper if you keep looking around. You can actually get some great deals on websites like Gumtree or even Facebook now. Now a benefit of having a GT650 is the insurance. The cheapest I personally could get was around £240, which is a decent price for the year. Since it's a 650, you'll pay around £85 for tax for the year. Overall, Hyosung are a pretty underrated manufacturer for bikes, and if you look after them well, they'll last just as long as the Japanese equivalents. They also have quite an extensive range on their website, all for actually pretty good prices. Next on the list, we're going back to Japan, and we're looking at the Honda Sv650. You'll be getting a super smooth inline-4 16-valve 76 brake horsepower engine, which is capable of a top speed of about 120 mile an hour. Now it goes without saying, you'll need to get a restrictor fitted, which will limit the top speed, but it won't affect the low down performance that much. You can still easily get over 100 mile an hour on one of these, but realistically you probably shouldn't be trying to if you're on the road. Unsurprisingly, the Sv650 gets me the best insurance quote on the list, with the lowest price coming in around £230 specifically for me, which is very reasonable all things considered. Another advantage is you can get these bikes for very cheap. The only problem is that they'll have quite high mileage, but like most Hondas, they'll probably last forever anyway, so high mileage shouldn't be too much of a concern as long as it has a good service history. My only issue with the bike is it's a little bit dull looking, and it's basically a commuter, which is why the insurance is so low. So overall, I'd recommend one if you're travelling long distance regularly and you're looking for something that's extremely reliable. Just make sure you look after it and it'll last years and years. Now number 2 on my list is one of my absolute favourite bikes I've owned. From Japan, it's the Kawasaki ER6F or Ninja 650 in America. Now the engine on this bike is a 71 horsepower fuel injected parallel twin, capable of a top speed of around 125 to 130 mile an hour. And like some of the other bikes, you'll need to get a restrictor fitted for this. But honestly, it doesn't affect the performance that much, it only really limits the top speed, which you can still get to about 105 or 110 mile an hour on. Price wise, you can expect to pay about £1,800 to £2,500. This is for both the F and N model. You can definitely get them for much cheaper and lower mileage if you look out for the deals. Now for insurance, my lowest quote came in at around £320, which isn't too bad. Tax for the year will also cost around £85. The only downside is the fairing models are a little bit vibratey, but you can get anti-vibration kits to get rid of the noise. In any case, I'd highly recommend one for any type of rider, as they are fantastic bikes to own. Number 1 on my list is another one from Japan. It's a Suzuki Sv650. This was close competition with the ER6F, but I have to give it to the SV. It comes with a 69 brake horsepower V-twin fuel injected dual overhead cam engine with a top speed of around 125 mile an hour. And again, this bike will need to be restricted, but as I said before, it won't do too much to the performance. You can pick up an SV650 for relatively cheap around the UK, and there are tons of them around, so you can get a great deal. The mileage might be quite high, but SVs are known to last forever, so this shouldn't be a problem. You just have to make sure it's been looked after and has good service history. Now, insurance for the year was actually really decent, with my best quote coming in at around £300. The only downfall on this bike would probably be its looks, but you can get S models which change the bike completely, and make it look so much better in my opinion. Overall, if you're looking for something that has great reliability, fantastic looks, and all round just a complete package, I couldn't recommend the SV650 more. But please let me know your thoughts. I know not everyone agrees with my opinions, but it's good to see what you guys also think. So leave a comment below on what you think the top bike should be. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe for more content like this.